more than 4 years now, Maine has been at the forefront of the PFAS crisis. The state has enacted laws to limit the toxic chemicals in our drinking water and has banned the use of PFAS-contaminated sludge on our farmlands.
A recently released book outlines these efforts and shares how the lives of some Mainers are permanently affected by this contamination. News Center Maine's Vivian Lee has more.
In 2019, Fred Stone was the first farmer to speak out about high levels of PFAS chemicals discovered in his cow's milk, soil, feed, drinking water, and his family's blood. A flurry of worldwide media coverage followed. The struggles faced by his family and how the contamination from sludge spreading bankrupted their century-old dairy farm were highlighted in a nationwide documentary released last year.
We were poisoned.
Now, the experiences of Stone and other Mainers dealing with the aftermath of these toxic compounds are chronicled in a new book titled Poisoning the Well: How Forever Chemicals Contaminated America.
It hurts. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, buts about it, Vivian. It hurts bad because you're pretty much rehashing what's happened over that time frame.
The book was written by Sharon Udazin and Rachel Frazen. Udazin, a climate reporter based in Colorado, spent time in southern and central Maine interviewing Stone, other farmers, and individuals affected by the chemicals.
It was those personal stories that really drove this issue forward. It was regular people who experienced the devastation, who actually were the activists.
The book also includes stories from residents living in other heavily contaminated areas across the country, including Colorado and Alabama. Udazin discovered that Maine leads the nation in implementing laws aimed at reducing PFAS contamination in all aspects of the community, from drinking water to sludge.
Maine is far ahead of other states in terms of legislation and regulation. So I found that interesting that this state actually really took action. Like Alabama hasn't taken action. Colorado has, but not as much as Maine.
Despite the pain of reliving his family's ordeal, Stone believes the book effectively illustrates how widespread these toxic chemicals are. It also details his ongoing health issues. Stone has Parkinson's disease and believes years of exposure may have played a role. He is still disposing contaminated milk from a small portion of what once was his herd, having had to cull dozens of cows.
And there is some levels of compensation, yes, from the state or from USDA, but not anywhere near to the extent of the damages that have been done.
Udazin, meanwhile, hopes the book will raise awareness about the personal toll of PFAS contamination and help educate the public about the toxic compounds. In Arundel, Vivian Lee, News Center, Maine.